Was I right all along? Is the Canon EOS R8 going to be a full-frame camera? Is it going to sit between the Canon EOS RP and the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, being mid-priced and mid-capable? Well, we're getting the Canon EOS R8 announcement alongside the Canon EOS R50 and a pair of lenses, and they're all coming soon. Details coming up, but first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, choose all notifications, like, comment, and all that good stuff, as it really helps this channel grow. A few months ago, Canon teased us about the Canon EOS R8. No specifications, but they did say, most likely, according to the rumors, that this camera is going to be APS-C. And I put out this video here, and I said, oh, come on. It was a facepalm moment. I just said, it doesn't make any sense. Another APS-C camera that sits between the R7 and the R10. Where's the logic in that? We need some more. Well, we need some more full-frame cameras. A camera to replace the Canon EOS RP, or a camera that sits between the Canon EOS RP and the R6 Mark II. Well, it looks like I was right. According to Canon Rumors, who put out a post today, a story telling us that we're getting the Canon EOS R8. It's coming soon, along with the R50, and the Canon EOS R8. It's going to be a full-frame camera, and it's going to sell for, guess the price, $14.99. That puts it pretty squarely between the Canon EOS RP and the R6 Mark II, although not as high as I thought. I thought it might go for $15.99 and $16.99. And I said this in a video yesterday, and some of the comments down below, I said, somewhere around $16.99 certainly makes sense. So what are the specifications going to be on this camera, this low-budget EOS R Mark II type camera, the Canon EOS R8 that sells for $14.99? We don't have any specifications. We've got pricing, we've got the bundle lenses, and I'm going to get to the lenses shortly, but there's no information on specs, so we're just going to have to wait for that pretty soon. I wouldn't be surprised if over the coming hours or days, I wouldn't expect weeks, we're going to get more information telling us the specifications, because as far as I'm concerned right now, the Canon EOS R8 being a full-frame camera, it's no longer a facepalm moment. It's more of a, okay, now I'm interested. An affordable Canon camera, full-frame camera, R-System camera for $14.99? Now, this could be quite promising. And in kit form, it's going to be $16.99. And that lens I tweeted about yesterday, the RF 24-50, well, that's kind of a bigger deal. So that's going to be the kit lens for this camera. It's also going to be a kit lens for the Canon EOS R50. Now, the Canon EOS R50 is going to sell for $679. That's body alone. And who knows, maybe Canon will drop the price and put that one on sale $100 off, like they did with the R10. In fact, the R10 is still on sale, at least it was yesterday. Let's see if it is today. Canon EOS R10, $100 off. So the Canon EOS R50 for $679. And once again, we don't know anything about the specifications for this camera, but we do have pricing of the body and the kit is $1,029. And that's for the 18 to 45 f4.5 to 6.3 and the 55 to 210 f5 to 7.1. And if you want to buy the 24 to 50 by itself, well, it's $299, although there's no pricing on the 55 to 210. Did I say 55 to 210? And yes, it is 55 to 210, f5 to 7.1. Pretty interesting. $679 for the body alone, or, well, a little bit more, $1,029 for either of those two lenses. Now, it does say "and" in the post. I don't believe we're going to get both of those lenses with the body. Like we do see in Japan, we see some double lens zoom kits. We'll just have to wait and see, but the "and" there is kind of ambiguous. It could mean that we get both lenses, or basically we're getting two different types of kit. Body alone, $679. But let's go back to the Canon EOS R8, $14.99, a full-frame camera. I've been talking about the need. If you look at Canon's lineup, we have the Canon EOS RP for $999, and sometimes it goes on sale for $899. And then we have the Canon EOS R6 and the R6 Mark II, $24.99, and the R6 Mark II came out at $24.99 as well. So you have that huge gap. The RP is definitely in need of a successor, but with this camera being at $14.99, the Canon EOS R8, $14.99, well, that's close enough to $999. And one of the things I suggested might happen, because it's been many years since we had the rumor of the RP successor, is that Canon might have decided to, well, you know what, scrap the $999 camera because of everything that's going on in the world. With inflation where it is, it's just not affordable to put out a camera at $999, and then, well, they could have done $1099, but this is what I think has happened. I think what we might be seeing here is we're getting a full-frame camera at $14.99. That's less than other entry-level full-frame cameras from Panasonic. Look at the S5 Mark II. It's what, $1999? So it's a good $500 less. And I think this camera It's going to have really good solid video features. It's going to have really good stills capabilities. It's going to be able to do at least, 23 or 30 frames per second, because that's what we see in the R7 and the R10. And of course, the R6 can do up to 40 frames per second. In terms of video, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 4K 30, but at capping out there, I don't know if we're going to see log or not, because remember, this is an entry-level full-frame camera. What do you think we're going to see in terms of specifications for this camera? Is it going to be closer to the R6, and where is it going to be crippled, or is it going to be closer to, well, the R7 or the R10? Remember, both of those cameras offer oversampled 4K. I expect to see oversampled 4K here as well, but is it going to be 24 frames per second? 24 frames per second. Is it going to be 24 megapixels? Is it going to be 26 megapixels, 30 megapixels, or is Canon going to do something silly like 20 megapixels? We just don't know. We don't have any leaked specifications for the Canon EOS R8 or even the Canon EOS R50. And I'm super excited by this information. I'm really curious about the Canon EOS R8, because at $14.99, if they got the specifications correct, they haven't overly crippled this camera. I don't expect it's going to do anything like All-I, but will they give us Canon Log or Canon Log 3? I'm really curious to know about this camera. Will it have a single card slot or dual card slots? And don't expect CF Express Type B. It's just going to have UHS 2. So a single card slot or dual card slots, really hard to anticipate at this point. And I'm super excited. I have had trouble sleeping all night long. I was up at 4 o'clock and there was nothing. And then all of a sudden I get up early and here this information is. So I'm having trouble speaking, as you can tell. And if you're going to put it in the comments, Simon, you look tired, don't. I already know it, and I can tell that I look tired, and I wouldn't be surprised if I've got zombie eyes. But if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news and information, specifically the capabilities, the specifications for the Canon EOS R8 or the R50, well, then subscribe and choose all notifications. So that way, as soon as I publish a new video about these cameras or specifications or anything else, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, or the Canon EOS R1, or the Canon EOS RS, you'll be able to stay up to date on the latest camera news and rumors, because you'll get notified by YouTube. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these cameras or bodies, well, then use my affiliate links down below. At time of recording, I don't actually have the pre-order link, or because we haven't had an announcement, but I will put links to the Canon EOS R8 and the Canon EOS R50. And so that way, if you're watching this video right after the announcement, well, then these will be active. They'll bring you right to those cameras. And by purchasing using my affiliate links for Amazon.com or B&H, it really does help support the channel. I get 1 to 2% commission back, and that goes right back into purchasing new camera gear kits. And I got some plans for updates for the live streaming. But thank you so much for dialing in. Oh, dialing in. See, I'm tired. One other thing too, please follow me on Twitter for news stories like the 24 to 50 that we got yesterday. It wasn't that big of a deal. There wasn't a lot of information, so I just tweeted it out. So between Twitter and YouTube, you can stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.